Alrighty guys, so this is part 3 and it's the next day after part 2. So the conclusion I've come to is basically I'm going to end up mounting another crossbar right in here for the electric start to mount onto. It's actually going to be at 5 7/8 from the back. There is the exact measurement. I got a line, I don't know if you guys can see, scratched over there where the front needs to be. Then either the starter plate will bolt to it or I'm going to weld to it. Not 100% on that. But I figure I'll show you guys welding here a little bit and why you don't see me welding too often, especially on camera. You can see I got the fan on. You'll see why in a minute. Hopefully this doesn't fry this camera. I never actually welded on camera before. So. as long as the camera's still working, right? There's my wire brush. There's why you don't see me weld on camera too much, because I weld off the gen set. I only welded the top side of this. It don't look too bad. You can see where I did that heavy tack in the back there. But it'll be good enough for a test. And I guess I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make up another block for in here, I think, and weld it in. But you guys get the drift of what I'm up to. I know it looks like it's crooked. I actually think his shaft is a little bit crooked in here, but I got this much room to play with. And these bearings, well, I didn't buy them for this. These bearings will actually twist in the housings if you don't have the shaft square with the bearings. So, I mean, it's kind of a plus. I kind of wanted something that was rigid. So it's kind of going to be a problem for me, but I just realized that generator was blowing on a bucket of oil. That's why the bucket's cooling down now. Okay, anyhow. Yeah, I'll get the block welded in there, and we'll see about mounting this up and see where we go from there. Alrighty guys, so I got that other bar welded in. Well, again, I welded the top of it, but it is in there. The only thing I'm trying to decide, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. On camera, it actually don't look too bad. How about, where's my straight edge? There we go. I can't get in there with the straight edge. How about this side? Yeah, you can see it there. See, I got it on the chain. How far in the starter it is. I've got a little bit more here I can go. Does that look a lot better? That looks a lot better to me. I'm kind of blocking the light for you guys. Sorry. Looks a lot straighter. So I might have to roll with that. You can see I had to shift it about a half, 3/8 of an inch to the back anyhow. So, the other thing I could do right now is I could put washers in between the plate and the starter, but then it won't have near as much surface area holding it when you tighten the bolts. Is there really going to be a huge strain on this? At times, yeah. Like, I may even leave that. I might come up with a better system, but leave that hose clamp in place back there. And go from there. But for right now, I think I'm going to stop for lunch. I didn't get started on this till about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So, yeah, maybe it might have been 10 o'clock when I come outside, but I didn't. It's only 11:30 now. So I got the bar welded in there. Obviously the starter bracket is just clamped. I use an old rusty starter bracket I had going on. The nice thing is, really I could flip this thing over and weld it. It wouldn't be hard to knock that bar out of there and knock it back. Because I made it inch and this piece in here is 1 3/8 inches. So maybe I would have been better off just making it 1 inch. And that would give me back this 3/8 of an inch here. That's a theory I got. Because I'm not too concerned about that, because I can always put a shorter bolt in there. But the other end I need the length, so I got something something to weld onto. And I guess I could still flip this. Actually, I am going to flip this bearing because I want to put both grease fittings on that side, which would put. This is the one that has a set screw sticking out on this side, so probably about 3/8 of an inch there we got. So, yeah, like I said, I'll stop for lunch and I'll come back and play with this some more. Alrighty guys, so it's raining now, so I'm not going to get very much of a video while it's raining, but I did end up, for right now, I welded that electric start plate on there. Now it's got 3 tacks in it, one there, and one on the side over there. So I'm thinking it's going to be easier probably just to weld it. I mean, it's never going to come back off of there as long as everything works right. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and it's going to start raining pretty good. So I'm going to break this down and cut the axle to length. And once I get the axle cut to length, I can put it back on and we start seeing where the handle will go and stuff, so it won't hit be in the road with the walk behind. So anyhow, I'm going to wait for the rain to pass and I'll come back to you guys. Raining pretty good out there, I'll tell you that much. How's my ditch working over there? Looks like it's alright. Even this drain here is working a little bit. Shut the door and try and keep the wind out in here. Maybe one day I'll put an actual doorknob in this door. There you go. Okay guys, actually a couple hours later since the last clip, but I've welded the frame everywhere, top and bottom, which would be good enough to assemble it and try it, and then once I'm done I will come back and like weld these ends, and they need capped off, and etc, etc. So like I said, I got the axle cut to length. It's actually a little bit long. The worst thing, I figured I can always put washers and spacers in it for now until I perfect the design. And the axle actually needs welded in too. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to tack it. I'm not in the mood right now, kind of tired. So I think that's probably going to be it for today, and I'll come back at this tomorrow. So thanks for watching guys. See everybody later.